It's Friday night, it is match week 2 and we are at Coleraine Showgrounds as Coleraine host Ballymena. It's a big derby and we are going to be talking to some fans. Callum, it is a first home game for Coleraine and it's a derby. Yeah. How does that feel?
It's a big day, always nervous but always exciting at the same time. I mean, we've had good results and bad results. Obviously last Ballymena game I was at, it was a bit dodgy, but hopefully going full time now we'll see some success and hopefully get a big win.
Owen, first home game of the season and it's a derby. Is there any better way to start it off?
I'm buzzing for it. It's been a wee while, especially starting off with Ballymena at home. But one thing I'll say is last season against Ballymena we didn't have a great record. Only beating them at the start of the season and that game in penalties and the rest were shockers. So I'm nervous for it, especially with a new manager, but we'll see how it goes.
Lewis, it's a big derby game this evening. How are you feeling?
I'm a bit nervous, but I think we're going to come out with the win.
Yeah, it's a bit nervous. There's a bit of turnaround in players and things like that. So yeah, it's a bit of nerves tonight. So I don't usually get like that, but I have tonight.
Daniel, first home game of the season and it's a derby. Do you think there's any better way to start it off?
No, derby game at home Friday night. Couldn't beat it under the lights.
Friday night under the lights.
Yeah.
Your first home game of the season and it's a derby. How does that feel?
It's good. It feels good. The derby games are always good. They attract a big crowd and there'll be a lot of interest in the game. Obviously with the club going full time, I think a lot of people have big expectations, so we're looking forward to it. Yes, we're confident.
First home game of the season and it's a derby. How does that feel?
A wee bit strange tonight seeing Stevie and Alex gone and Josh all coming out in the opposition side. I'm sure when the whistle goes I'll get to hate them. Hopefully a good performance tonight. Looking forward to seeing a lot of new players. Only seen some YouTube clips and stuff. Hopefully we get an early goal to settle the nerves.
Do you think that the full-time model will be good for Coleraine?
I think that it's a transition season, so we'll see. We're not going to win the league straight away. It's going to take it's going to take a few years to get into it, but I think this season definitely aiming for Europe anyway.
Do you think that the full-time model will be good for Coleraine?
I hope so. I hope they get it right. I really do hope they get it right. It's a big gamble, but I really do hope they get it right. But time will tell.
How do you think that the full-time model will be for Coleraine? Do you think it'll be good for them?
I think for the first couple of years it'll be difficult to get used to and we might struggle for the first couple of years, but hopefully like Lara it'll pay off after a while, so here's hoping.
Just on that full-time, do you think the full-time model will be good for Coleraine?
I think so. I think it's going to take some time. I don't think it's going to work straight away. A couple of adjustments here and there, but I've been liking what I've been seeing so far.
Do you think that the full-time model will be good for Coleraine?
I don't think so. I don't think there's enough money been brought in. That's the only thing I would say,
Just on that talk of full-time, what do you think that the full-time model will be like for Coleraine?
Well, it's a big transition, as I've already said, and I do believe it'll take a bit of time, and I just hope that the supporters give us time and don't expect it just to happen overnight. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the season ahead.
And what do you make of the new signings that Dean's made so far?
Most of them great. Kyle McClelland especially, I think he's a level above everyone on the team. So yeah, so far looking really good.
I'll be honest, I didn't really know at the start, but I'll give them a couple of games before I say anything or make any judgment on it. As I say, every player that comes to the club, you don't know what they're going to do or where they're going to end up, so you have to give them time to bed in and get used to it before they can make any judgment on them at all.
Yeah, they've been exciting. Definitely Cal McClelland coming across has been a really exciting one as well. And I mean, as the season goes on, hopefully we can bring in a couple of more boys, maybe even from overseas in Scotland as well, boys who are looking for full-time football, so exciting stuff.
I was just saying to my mate here, we're looking round, even just in round the stand, it's a lot tidier. Lucy and that's obviously done a good job around the club. Seeing the sponsors, a lot of new sponsors in around the town. The initiative with season tickets, discounting local business is really good. And obviously the boys getting full-time training. They're not coming from a building site today. They're in getting nutrition, whatever, doing pre-match stuff. It's really good.
And what do you think of the signings that Dean has made so far?
I have to be honest with you, some of them I know, some of them I don't know, Laurie, so I've seen them in a couple of the pre-seasons. They look young, they're young lads, they look very sharp and they look very hungry, and I hope that stays like that.
They've been good, some strong ones. I hope some of them will get on tonight and see what they can show, what they can do.
What do you make of the signings that Dean's made so far?
Signings have been very good from what I've seen. Obviously I've only seen the guys playing in friendlies, so it's difficult to judge in friendlies, but I look forward to tonight, to seeing it for real, and I suppose ask me that in a few months' time.
And are you expecting any trophies in the cabinet at the end of the season?
Oh, jeez. I would love it. Yeah, I would love it. It'll probably take a bit of time, to bed in the full-time model, and I hope in the long term that it works out. And, yeah, I would love it. I'd love a wee trophy at the end of the season.
And are we expecting instant success for Coleraine? Is there going to be any trophies in the cabinet at the end of the year?
I'd like to see at least the League Cup, but I don't know. As I said, it's a transition season, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Are you expecting instant success for Coleraine? Do you think there's going to be any trophies in the cabinet at the end of the year?
I'll be happy enough if we get top 6, but I don't know if we're capable of winning anything else or not now. I don't know about that.
We'll just have to wait and see. Any trophies in the cabinet at the end of the season?
We'll see. I mean, I don't want to jinx anything, but maybe an Irish Cup, who knows? I'm not going to jinx anything just yet.
Do you think there will be any trophies in the cabinet at the end of the season?
I'd like to see a few, but again, being full time, you never know what will come of it. You have to give it time and let it go from there. So we'll see.
And are we predicting instant success for Coleraine, or do you think that's a wee bit further afield?
I think that's going to take a bit of time, as I've already said. I wouldn't imagine it'll be instant, but I'm confident and I'm looking forward to a successful season.
You never know. You just never know. There might be, hopefully.
And are we expecting instant success for Coleraine at the end of the season, or do you think that's a wee bit further away yet?
So I think, to be honest, if we could maybe hit a cup run and push European playoffs, would be amazing. Anything else is a bonus in the first year.